Well, hello there, friend. You already know we like to keep these ABX videos short and sweet. Now, I was considering, because this is like a Moon Knight, versus Venom type of video, and I was considering bringing him into World Boss Legend as well and seeing how they fare out against each other. But to be honest, it wouldn't be a fair comparison, at least on my account, because Venom has a rage and Moon Knight has an energy, and he has a forged energy at that. So the playing field really isn't level. And for those who may not have any Pierce on their cards, or maybe very little Pierce, the difference would be a bit different. And the thing is this: Moon Knight, when it comes to Null, he's gonna take Venom to school, man. He's gonna make him look silly. So this is all about ABX. I have a run. I have a Venom run recorded, and then I have a Moon Knight run recorded, which is it's Moon Knight and Valkyrie swapping method, because that's gonna be the best strategy to use for Moon Knight. So I'll show you the Venom run first. I scored 9.16 with Venom. Now there's a rotation floating out there, and what I'll do is, because I switched it up a little bit, I use that rotation, and it's the one that's starting off with 5. It's 5, 4, 3, or it's 2, 5, 4, 3, and I use that, and then I decided to put my own little twist on it, try things a little bit differently, and I found something that actually works a little bit better. That could be attributed to maybe my procs really weren't good with the other rotation, but this rotation that you see in this run, it provided to be much more consistent for me. And for those who aren't aware of the other rotation, what I'll do is I'll do like a couple rotations with. I'll jump in live, and I'll do a couple rotations with the other rotation, and then you can test out both for yourself. So this way you can test both out and see which works best for you. So here, let me show you Venom's build here. Where is our man Venom? Here we go. So I built him up just recently for the purpose of ABX. He has 16 Odin's Blessings. He has a fully awakened ISO 8 set. Most of my ABX characters do. And he has a rage. And here are his stats here. Everything, maxed out. He's got 58,541 physical attack. And with the team up, I'll show you his attack. 59,238. Yeah, I don't think She-Hulk's lead actually, buffs the attack within the stats here. So that's really not going to make much of a difference. Now there are a few different team ups you can use. Like you could use Beast lead. I don't know if you didn't have She-Hulk, or you could use Werewolf support. Somebody told me that they didn't score much less with Werewolf support as opposed to having Valkyrie. So there's a thing you could do as well. So let me queue up ABX, and I'm going to show you the other rotation. Before I play the run, I'm going to show you the other rotation here. So we don't want him, we want this guy. So I believe it goes a little something like this. I believe it's like 2, 5 when the ball comes up, 4, and then 3, and then 1. And then 2, 5, 4, 3, and 1. And then 2, you get the tier 3, and you want to cancel the tier 3 immediately. 5 into 4, 3, and then 1. And then it's going to be 2, 5, 4, 3, and then 1. And you're just canceling the tier 3 immediately. So here you would just cancel it immediately, just for. And actually, let me explain that to you. So let's exit out of here and give you an idea exactly why you're canceling his tier 3 immediately. Okay, so he has accumulation on his tier 3. Actually, the difference between like Venom and Carnage is Carnage has accumulation on his 5th, and Venom has accumulation on his tier 3. But for some reason, Carnage doesn't score that well in ABX. At least the last time I tried him. This was a while back though, like when he first got his uniform in tier 3. But in any case, and that's the reason why you want to cancel his tier 3. Basically, same thing kind of with Namor, right? He had the accumulation on his tier 3, and you basically you cancel it like part way through, right? So you're canceling that right away. He has He's got the silence on his 4, so this is silence. He's got the silence on his 4th and his tier 3, as a matter of fact, so you shouldn't really have trouble silencing the beast there. He's got, let's see, he's got immunity on his 3rd. It's like a full iframe on his 4th, and he's got the buffs on his 5th skill, the all attack, crit rate, and all that, and he has some invincibility as well. And then he has some, he's got this passive where he gets some, he gets 10% chain his damage, every 10 seconds, for 10 seconds, every 15 seconds. So that's pretty useful. So now that we went over that, let me queue up this run here. All right, so before I play the run, just a couple things to make mention of. So my rotation is basically 4, 5, 3, but I'm sprinkling in 2 and 1 at just different, more opportune times. And you'll notice I start the run off with 2. The rotate, it kind of shifts a little bit, just a little bit, just the placement of like 2, and it's all depending on like where the proc is, where the skills are, where the charge up on the tier 3 is. And those are the things that are gonna make the difference between maybe a good run and then a really, really good run. So just pay attention to that, and you'll see, like I said, I start the run off with 2, I go 4, 5, and then 3. And I'll point out when I'm doing things different. So yeah, 2, 5, or 2, 4, 5, 3. You always want to get that 3 inside the proc. And then I'm canceling the tier 3 immediately. And 4, 5, 3. And then 1, 2, and I try to get the 2 into the proc as well. And you'll notice how I switch it up at some point during the run there. So 2, 4, hit the tier 3 right away. 5, and then 3. And then here you want to save the tier 3. You don't have enough time to use it. You'll waste most of it if you try using it. And then here I started off with the tier 3. And I probably could have switched it up there where I used 2 before 3. I probably should have, and it probably would have ended up, scoring a little bit better. Not exactly sure where I switch it. Yeah, right here is where I start switching it up, where I do 2 before the 3. So it just using the 4 before the 5 works out better, keeping the proc consistent, in my opinion, than the other rotation. But yeah, you can basically kind of just sprinkle 2 in there, whenever it's really convenient, is what I'd say. You could do it at the end of 3 or before the 3. Honestly, I think doing it before the 3 might work out to be a little bit better. And then here I hold the tier 3, not for long, just for a second, just to get the most out of it. But yeah, right there, I think here is where I start consistently doing the 2 before the 3, and I think that ends up working out a little bit better because it's an instant cancel, right? It's not really holding anything up. And then there again. So I honestly, I think you could probably try to run the whole run like that, and it might work out to be a little bit better. But I just thought that this run was good enough to throw up in a video for you guys. And here you'll notice I come out of the 3 a little early just to make sure I got the silence there. And things, I feel like things kind of got messy towards the end here, just a little bit. Not too bad. But yeah, there you go with the, like I said, with the 2 skill. That's really, I'm only switching the placement of 4 and 5, and then the 2 skill a little bit, as opposed to the other rotation that I kind of just showed you. That I know is that's a rotation that's floating around out there. So there you go, 9.168, almost 9.17. I think not too shabby. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you this, the other run between, Moon Knight and Valkyrie, and I'll show you how much of an increase that it actually is. Let's cue that up. Before I cue that run up, let me actually show you the builds, you know, so you can see how they compare. So I'll tell you that I have Moon Knight and Valkyrie built a bit more, not a whole lot more, because I mean the only thing, you know, it's 4 Odin's Blessings, that's the difference. Moon Knight and Valkyrie both have 20 Odin's Blessings. They both have a fully awakened ISO 8 set. Moon Knight has Forge Energy though. Uniform Mythic. I mean, same. All their uniforms are Mythic, and I believe all the options are actually Mythic as well. I'll double check on Venoms here. I don't want to go there. Uniform option. And, well, one is Legendary. This one is Legendary, which it really doesn't matter. It's not contributing anything useful. If it was the 2nd or the 5th one, then it would make a difference. So with Moon Knight, yeah, he's got 20 Odin's Blessings, like I showed you, and fully awakened ISO 8 set with the energy. And for Valkyrie, 20 Odin's Blessings, fully awakened ISO 8 set with the Rage, and yeah, I believe all their options are Mythic here. Indeed, they are. We'll go over. We'll just gander over on Moon Knight's as well, just to be sure. And indeed they are. All right. So and he's rocking. Let's see, 58,352, and Valkyrie, and this is without team up, is 60,275. So let's queue up this run here. Now I ran this probably just as many times as I ran the Venom one. There may be a better strategy out there for this one. I don't think I've ever really spent all too much time playing today's ABX, to be quite honest with you. But I think it's a fairly decent run for the day. And you'll see how much of a difference in score that it actually is. I think it's quite a bit, because as we know, the increase past 7 million is more than just what it is, right? It's more of an increase than what it would be before 7 million. And honestly, I think it's a bit trickier playing these two than it is Venom. Venom is, I'd say, much easier to play than these two, and the score can fluctuate just, you know, even more playing these two here. That's my opinion there. Try to squeak in a little more damage there. Now, like I said, you know, especially with these awakened characters, there's, you know, and you have 2 of them and you're swapping them in and out, there's a couple different ways, you know, or at least a few different ways you can go about doing things, right? But this is, like I said, I ran it, you know, different ways, and I just put the best run that I got in the video. So, and I'm not gonna try to break down Moon Knight and Valkyrie's rotation, just because, you know, they've been meta for a bit longer, and I feel like, you know, people who are playing them, they pretty much already know. But I will put Venom's rotation. I'll either put in the details or I'll put it on the screen somewhere. I'll put both of them. I'll put both the rotations, and then, you know, you can make the decision for yourself on which one actually works better for you. Like I said, the one that I was using in the video, the whole run that I played, that one was just much more consistent for me, and it scored a bit higher. With the other one, I scored, my highest was 8.9. 8.9 with the other one. And I'd say my low with the one that I was using was probably 8.9. So yeah, Valkyrie, they both have silence. Moon Knight and Valkyrie both have silence. Moon Knight on his 1st, and the Valkyrie has it on her 6 and on her 2. And it activates immediately on both those skills. And I'd say Venom, even with like a mediocre build, can probably score higher than these two. Try getting a little bit more damage there. All right, so 8.72 million for Moon Knight and Miss Valkyrie there. All right, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Venom is now he's meta for this particular day in ABX. I feel like it's changing. Like, right, we've been used to this. It's changing like on a monthly basis. Like, you got to build up a different character because a different character, you know, took the spotlight. And even with this next update, things might change again. Things might change again because, you know, we have, what do we got? We got a combat, you know, we got a combat hero, right? It might even change for this particular day. And then is Daredevil going to still be a hero, or is he going to change to a villain? And if he does change to a villain, certainly, you know, speed villain could, you know, that can get shaken up a little bit because, I mean, we have Bullseye and Mystique, but, you know, I don't think it would be that difficult. Like, if they release a new meta, could he replace Bullseye? Could he possibly, you know, replace Mystique? I mean, Mystique's got her support, so I doubt that, you know, she would actually be replaced. I think it would either be Bullseye or Daredevil if he becomes a villain, or, you know, if he's a hero, then could he replace somebody else? We'll see. We'll see. But it's, in terms of Venom's rotation, somebody was actually kind of, you know, picking on me in Discord, like, this isn't one of your super complicated long, you know, rotations, is it? Because I was telling them that I found a different one, and it doesn't really have to be. I mean, you could basically just boil it down to doing 2 4 5 3 1, 2 4 5 3 1, and then when tier 3 comes up, just, you know, hit the tier 3 and then, you know, continue with the rotation. You could boil it down to that, but I don't think it should be too difficult to you know, just use 2 at the opportune times that I was using 2. I don't think it's really that difficult. That's basically the only thing that really changed throughout the run. And I think it was for the second roar I used 5 instead, you know, before 4, just to ensure that I got the silence there. But other than that, I think it's a piece of cake. So I hope this helps some of you guys out. There's the video. We're gonna end it there. Like I said, short and sweet ABX videos. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you stay tuned, you stay breezy, but most of all, friend, you stay safe out there. Peace.